And welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Banjo Kazooie. This is episode 19, and I gotta say this, that in these four next videos, I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna be too happy. It's just I'm gonna have to deal with it because I have no idea how to change it. I will explain in the next clip. This is a two-parter clip, so I'm gonna say whatever I need to say here, and then on the next clip I'll explain everything. So we're just gonna climb up the hill. We got the 10th Jiggy, and we're done with this level. And first things first, I want to show you guys how terrible Bogey is a parent. We're all inside the igloo. Everybody's all happy and cheering. All the kids are happy and being joyful, especially with the presents of their suicidal dreams. That once they fulfill their purpose, they're gonna die, but they're still happy. So if they're happy, it's all good. But apparently, Bogey needs to sleep, and he wants those kids to be quiet. But he's the one that actually neglected the kids and not get the presents while they actually made him cry in the first place. So Bogey is a terrible, terrible parent. We should all call Child Protective Services on him, or whatever P stands for, Polar Bear Services, I don't know, Polar Kids, doesn't matter at this point. Is that Bogey is a terrible parent, which I had to be the parent for this part, and find all the children's presents and give it to them, which made their sad, crying mood into a happy and gleeful mood. I'm happy that they're happy and Bogey's miserable because he cannot be happy while the children are happy and I am happy. That's how it works. If you're going to neglect your children like that, you deserve not to get any sleep for the next however long that those children can be happy for. If it's going to be another decade while the children are still going to be happy and he never gets any sleep by then, that'd be great. That'd be a proper punishment for him. Especially when he neglects his children and not get the presents while his main focus was on the sled race. And I don't really care what Grunty has to say. I just want to get through this as quickly as possible. So apparently I was able to beat the Click Clock Wood in under an hour. Apparently as the recording shows, I'm not too sure. But all I know is that, yeah, there's going to be some audio lag. And I'm going to have to deal with it, and hopefully you guys will too. So I will see you guys in just a little break of a pause, if you would call it that. I don't know. Transition now. Well, as I found out, not only does this clip have an audio lag, or the next 4 episodes can have audio lag, they may have some little bit of editing where there's a lot of spikes, glitches, whatever you want to call it. So, what a wonderful Let's Play first time ever Let's Play for my channel. Oh my gosh, it's getting ridiculous at this point. And it's almost at the end of this little clip that I'm gonna have to move on with the next. So I'll talk to you guys again in this little short bit. So I'm back, and apparently when I looked at the clip, it basically jumped from 48 seconds to 52 seconds. That means 4 seconds of recording was corrupt. And I have no idea what happened. I do not want to go investigate. At this point, I just want to get the Let's Play done. I really hope you guys understand. When I try to make this like the first ever, I didn't want to make it perfect. I just wanted to make the best Let's Play ever. So this actually brings out the more or less the real me, as I am talking to you guys about this whole scenario and whole whatever you want to call it. Just regardless, I'm being myself now. I could say that this was a good thing that happened at the same time. It shows you guys how I actually feel about these certain situations. It's more or less, it is frustrating, but at the same time, I'm just gonna have to let it go. No one's first play is ever perfect. So I'm guessing whether if I need to get a new computer, I'm thinking I do not have to get a new computer. I just have to know what it is capable of before it goes all glitchy and buggy, because I did receive a comment from Chaos Root 23 that his is going off. There's some sound bugs that are going on. I'm guessing that it's the audio lag. I don't know what's going on. It's just probably because I've been recording for someone literally, if you call it that, pretty much 6 hours of non-stop recording. Well, I can't really say non-stop, but you guys know what I mean. It's just I am doing continuous that I'm just gonna I was gonna record for so long, I stop, I take a little pause, and then I go back to recording. But apparently the 5th time I've done that for a long continuous shot, it just didn't work. So now there's an audio lag. So if it really bothers you guys, I'm really sorry about that. I have no idea what I can do because all I have is ArcSoft Showbiz and basically Windows Movie Maker. So, oh my gosh, I get the hiccups too. Okay, they're gone. It's kind of weird. I get hiccups and they disappear. That's pretty weird. I don't know why. So, yeah. I have not really much to work with. I'm thinking of either getting Sony Vegas or Adobe After Effects or whatever actually works for Windows. I do not have a Mac where I know that there's Final Cut Pro for that program or for that computer, which is really good. I've seen it. I've worked a little bit on it. I'm more of an experience. It's just more or less trying to get it frame by frame or whatever you want to call it, and I've gotten used to that because of ArcSoft Showbiz. So it's pretty much almost not. I cannot say identical. It's just a lot of things are similar to work with, and you guys would know if you were actually working with this stuff. So I'm thinking of actually getting Sony Vegas or Adobe After Effects. I'm not too sure because I'm not an editor type of guy. I just do minor cuts and whatever. So I'm pretty inexperienced there. If you guys know a good program, I'm not going to keygen it. I'm just going to actually legitimately buy it. I'm a person who actually goes by the book in this type of deal, especially when you could actually get free updates. Whereas if you get a keygen, you can't update anything. If something goes wrong, you have to delete it and then you have to do it all over again, which is too much of a hassle. If something were to go wrong with the software, I could easily delete it and just reinstall it from the software disk, and everything would be handy dandy right there. And look at that, a Jiggy. Fly down, little bee. And I get my first Jiggy. When I first did a Let's Play, that was the last Jiggy that I completely and utterly forgot about. The first Jiggy I got as the last Jiggy, and I literally searched for 45 minutes trying to find the last Jiggy. I couldn't remember for the life of me of where it was at. So that was an epic fail right there. And I gotta readjust on my chair because my back's starting to hurt a little bit. I hate flying. One of the difficult things for me to do. Especially swimming and flying. And we get the green Jinjo. So the purple Jinjo and the green Jinjo are literally just at those two spots. And you would guess, where would the yellow Jinjo be, the orange Jinjo, and the blue Jinjo? They are in their respective seasons. And honestly, I like the yellow Jinjo. I still like the yellow Jinjo over all of the other Jinjos out there. Does that make me racist if I like one colored Jinjo over the rest of the... There's 5 different colored Jinjos, but they're all the same race. Oh my gosh, this is getting more technical right here. I'm just not going to think about it. I'm not going to think about it. You guys decide whatever you want. If it's racist or not, if you like one Jinjo over all the other Jinjos. But I gotta say, in Banjo Kazooie, I like the black Jinjo because there's only one Jinjo right there. But that makes it racist as well. There's only one Jinjo and that one black Jinjo in the whole family. I think there's one. If there's 2, then I must be mistaken. But all I know is there's a multicolored of Jinjos all over the world that you have to, or all over the game that you have to find. And there's different numbers of them, so that actually makes it harder for you. I love Banjo Kazooie. I can't wait to play. I'm not too sure if I'm actually going to be doing a Let's Play, because at this point, with this whole ordeal, with my first Let's Play ever, it seems like a lot of the episodes were just fine up to this point. Up to the halfway mark, almost done, 75% almost done, completed. Or, I'm not sure, I'm pretty much like literally 90% done with the game, and everything is just going wrong. So it gets really annoying at that point. It makes me think, what if I should actually do another Let's Play? I really like doing these Let's Plays because I actually get to see more or less how I'm actually playing and what I could be doing better and how I could actually improve on my future videos. And as well as that, pretty much it is more practice for me to actually do more commentaries where I'm actually able to talk on a certain topic for a long time and then switch on to another topic. And I'm just thinking off the spot here. I don't have a script or anything. I just go with the flow, and apparently it works out for me. This could be my certain style. I don't know if I could ever go on script. I could probably have a note card to actually remind myself of what I was going to talk about next, or what I'm actually going to talk about in the next episode that I haven't covered in the other episode, or more or less actually continuing on with other episodes more or less at a time. So, that's kind of like a mouthful. I have the tendency to actually ramble on to a certain topic for so long that I don't even breathe at times. And and that's why you actually sometimes could actually hear me breathe and try and actually say something else. I don't know why. That just works for me because apparently all my friends notice this too, and they tell me about it, and it's like, oh, nice. I can actually say something for a long time and not actually have to hold my breath or actually have to breathe until I actually say whatever I needed to say done. So it kind of sounds like I'm mumbling and rambling at some points, but that's how I am. That's how it works out for me. And if this is going to be my style, I gladly accept it as a style. But sometimes I need to work on these things. There's a lot of things I need to work on, that I have to work on, that I've been talking about working on, but I haven't actually worked on it yet. But one of the things I've greatly improved on is avoiding sentence fillers, because I don't think I've said sentence fillers in a long while, unless if I actually do say just for a split second. But that just means I'm actually improving and I'm actually avoiding it. It's that it makes a monotone type of deal if you were to be using uhs and ums, because a lot of people expect it from a person, and once they hear it, they kind of zone out, or just, I don't know what's the word for it, they just drift off, because that, I don't know why, it just seems like it makes it like a lullaby type of deal. It just, the more you hear, the more you just drift off, saying that it must not really be that important if they keep going uhs and ums and they don't even know what they're talking about, and you just drift off. That's how my teacher kind of explains it to us. Even though it's not a mean type of way, he actually lets it know. He literally counts how many times we say uhs and ums during our speeches, because I am taking, what is it called, public speaking, that uhs and ums are what we are graded based upon, as well as we are able to either speak our thoughts clearly, and if we don't speak it out and he counts all the uhs and ums, that does affect towards our grade. And it does show us that what we need to improve on, especially when this is a friendly classroom, that everybody's friends. We are there to help each other out. We do not make fun of each other. There's a lot of people who are unable to speak clearly. Some of them are unable, or we have a student or a classmate that is learning English, but she literally speaks better speeches than everybody else in the class, but she needs to work on it. It's just she is learning English, she's getting better at it, and she could actually make a great speech. So that sometimes she doesn't show up for the classes, which is kind of sad. Either way, but continuing on, the summer doors opened, and I basically haven't really focused on what's going on in the game because I really don't want to think about the audio lag. It's one of those things that I'm a perfectionist type of deal, and this is going to bother me every time I go back to these clips. But at the same time, I just know what my computer is capable of and what ArcSoft is capable of now. Because if I were to record a 10-minute clip of something else, it goes by smoothly, it doesn't freeze up. But whenever I work on a large project like this, it freezes up because it probably has to do with, it has to deal with the original clip. Because if you were to delete the original clip, any other clip or project you work on that involves the original clip will be lost, and you can't retrieve it back unless you go to the recycle bin, bring it up again, and then yada yada yada. I just don't want to do that. So I basically have it stored onto the bin where I could actually bring it up again. And I'm not too sure whether or not, if the more clips I have, the more laggy it becomes. So whenever I get a chance, I'm probably going to delete a lot of these clips, a lot of the projects I've been working on, and probably a lot of the videos that I've been storing up on my computer. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure that does not have to do with anything with ArcSoft Showbiz, but it seems like if I were to clean out some spaces, it probably will make the computer run faster, or something run faster. I'm not too sure on that. I'm pretty much a computer noob when it comes to these things. There's some I'm pretty more or less intelligent about, but a lot of things I just don't know what I'm talking about, and I'm more or less ignorant to the fact that things go wrong, and if things go wrong, you try to look for an easy way out when there really isn't, honestly. You just have to deal with it, you have to move on, you have to cope with it, and hopefully that it doesn't happen again. If it does happen again, at least you know how to deal with it, and you won't let it affect you, you just move on. So, for the last 2 minutes, I really hope I could actually focus on this game. I look over the edge. That little thing is snapping. So apparently that's the only thing that actually falls with the audio lag. It perfectly syncs. I don't know why. It's kind of funny. So I jump down, hoping I hit the water, and nope. Ouch. I hit the ground. And I